The Figures and Trivia Room is an encyclopedia of football. It contains everything you need to know about the most popular sport in the country. Well, almost everything. For many years, this room had just one board with information about women's football. So, what do you say? How about changing that? Starting with the decree law of 1941, which banned women from playing football. Do you know why that happened? The main argument was supposedly biological, from a bogus medical society that associated good female health with the idea that all women had to be mothers and wives. Just listen to some of the absurdities professed at the time. In the newspaper O Dia Esportivo, 1940. The quintessential woman athlete, the champion, in addition to not exhibiting exceptional health, has a much inferior look. In the newspaper Folha de São Paulo, 1961. Women have bones that are more fragile, less muscle mass, oblique pelvic bones, longer torsos that are therefore less resistant, lower center of gravity, a smaller heart, fewer red blood cells, less appropriate breathing, less resistance of the nervous system, and inferior capacity for organic adaptation. Is that a joke or what? Another curiosity relates to the ball as an object. The anecdote comes from the football star Cici's childhood, a story we have told here a few episodes back. She revealed in an interview that as a kid, she never got footballs for Christmas, so she improvised it a little. I've used my doll heads as a football, and they thought I was crazy. You will find a showcase in this room with a series of objects that were used as a ball by Brazilian women. The doll's head is just one of these objects. One more piece of trivia is that the person responsible for the research that determined which sports would or would not be played by Brazilian women was an army general, who you can imagine was not exactly an expert on the subject. At the time, some sports were allowed, but all with lower thresholds than that of men's sports. In launches, for example, women could only practice with lighter weights than men. Beach or field football, indoor soccer, or even rugby, boxing matches, and water polo? No way, girls! In 1983, women's football was finally regulated, and we thought everything was going to be okay. But the National Sports Council came and decided that the games would only be 70 minutes long, 20 less than the men's game. The balls had to be smaller and lighter, and even the cleats on the boots had to be different. To make matters worse, it was forbidden for women to exchange shirts at the end of the game. I mean, come on, right? Anyhow, shall we go on to numbers? Listen closely. According to FIFA, more than 1 billion people worldwide watched the 2019 Women's World Cup on TV. The final game alone, between the United States and the Netherlands, had over 82 million viewers. So, don't believe it when someone says that women's football doesn't attract enough viewers and media attention or any such nonsense. A woman's body is well built for football, to play, to watch, to comment on the games. Any woman can be whatever she wants to be.